And I am back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where I'm here to give my honest review of what I to watch. I think I could do it. This is gonna be a simple video, you guys. Joining me as always is my co-host, Mrs. Beth. Y'all say what's up to her.
Hello, hello, hello. Like the video.
Yes, like the video, subscribe to both channels. Mrs. Best's information is in my description box. Any recap of videos I don't do on my channel, 9 out of 10, we do on her channel. So we kind of go back and forth on what shows. So this is a brand new show to own. I am picking it up. It's called Family Empire Houston. This is season 1, episode 1. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because this is a brand new show and we don't know these people like we know the other people on the other shows. We're going to get introduced and acquainted to all of them. So the premise of the show surrounds these 3 ladies here. So to the left, we have Nicole. In the middle, we have Jaquita. And then in the last, on the green there, in a green suit, we have Jermisha. So we have Nicole, Jermisha. Oh, Jaquita, sorry. Jaquita is her name. So the show is premised around these 3 ladies. This Family Empire Houston is about a show surrounding the family empire of real estate. These ladies own the company, the Braden Real Estate Firm. It's very popular in Houston. I Googled it. A lot of people had a lot of positive things to say about this family. So in terms with that, we have the family tree. The Braden family tree comes up of Frank and Oscarine, and then we have the children and then the grandchildren. So the show is centered around the grandchildren, mainly the 3 ladies that I showed above. So we're going to start off with Nicole. Nicole is a realtor. She is the go-getter of the family. She co-owns the Braden Real Estate Firm. We learned that her and Jermisha actually their grandparents paid for them to go to real estate school, and then 5 years ago they started their firm, and they have built it up to now having over, I think they said they have over 80 realtors underneath them, which is huge. Anybody who has been in real estate like myself know that that is a hard thing to do and a hard thing to build up. So it's best to have reputations. It's best to have, you know, people, networking is important because you can build it that fast, but it is slightly hard to do so. So big ups to these ladies for even building that. So Nicole's life is very interesting. All of the family pretty much works for the firm except for her husband, which I believe her husband's name, it's not Chris. I didn't forget her husband's name and I can't see it on here. So, but her husband works, he works at a distillery from what I understand. So he works long hours at night. They did have some trouble in their marriage, of him not always being available. So they didn't really go into too much detail, but from what we can see, there's a big problem here. This is giving Glenn and Letitia Pearson from Bell Collective, except done right and correctly, because we actually can look up her accolades versus Letitia, where we couldn't find one her first season. So what did you think of Nicole, Mrs. Best?
Without saying too much, just from what you said thus far, she's the one I didn't really care for.
Mm-hmm.
Her ego is in her way, and it just shows through everything that she does. From this picture to seeing her move around, you can tell her ego's in the way. As for the husband, that's a weird situation. I don't know if I can comment on that, but
No, you can comment in because I told you I'm not going to go in. Yeah, I'm not going to go in order of how the episode went. I just want to get a feel for these characters.
yeah,
So,
I didn't like Nicole because of the ego. I also didn't like her because I feel like there's secrets in her marriage that run deeper than just him working a lot. Listen, my man worked at Tesla, the factory, for over 7 years, 12 to fucking 17-hour shifts sometimes, and we still found a way to find time for each other. Like, if a man want to be around you, he gonna be around you. That's how I feel. So the fact that he not willing to move a project, don't come to family events, all this stuff, it's a little strange. The other thing I didn't like about her was the treatment of her half sister, which I know we're gonna get to her, Lakeisha. I don't like that. You don't have the right to fault this person. Just like you, she didn't ask to be here. She did not
mhm.
ask to be born. She did not ask your daddy to be a bop. She didn't ask for any of it. So, I hate that. It's not okay. It seems like the people treating her and causing her to feel that way is her actual sister. Because the other cousins seem to be inviting her over and just treating her like however. But
Hmm. So yeah,
Nicole had
yeah.
energy that was negative.
Yeah, so since we own Lakeisha, we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. So Lakeisha is the affair child. Unfortunately, I have to say it like that because that's what it is. I do like her though. I love Lakeisha. I think she's gonna be my favorite the entire season. But she is, a product of their father. Their father had an affair with the mother, and from what my understanding was, the mother was pregnant with the sister Monet and her Lakeisha. So they're the same age at the same time. And there's a disposition that Lakeisha does not feel included in this family. Her mother is no longer with us, so she has to gravitate to her dad's side of the family. And Nicole and Monet don't really embrace her because of how it happened. And I don't like this story, you guys. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't like this story because the problem that I have with this is that I think for Nicole and Monet, I'm not going to speak for them, but I'm just going to give my opinion. I feel like they're taking the side of the mom's hurt.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you do that, you kind of miss the operative of you having a sister and her needing your love too, because she didn't ask to be here at the end of the day. Regardless, your mama, from what I understand, is still married to the man. So it obviously didn't have that much effect on her if she still decided to stay married to him, even though he had a whole nother baby. So I don't know what to grasp from this situation, but I didn't like it either. I felt like that's not Lakeisha's fault. And even the conversation at the end when they were eating the crawfish, and look, Jaquita made a kind of like a joke about her having a wall up against her sister because she's trying to protect her own heart because she doesn't want to open up to her sisters and they just step on it. And I get that. I get being a child of a certain situation and then you trying to embrace your sisters and they're not trying to give you the time of day because they're gonna be held hostage to their mother's feelings. That's sad. So I feel for Lakeisha in this moment. So yeah, I didn't like Nicole for that either. And I don't know what Monet's situation is with Lakeisha, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. So I didn't like that at all. So I agree with you 100%. So we're going to talk about Jermisha. Now, Jermisha is the oldest one of the bunch, and I liked her as far as her personality. She seems cool. I don't know if I'm going to think she's going to be one of my favorite, like Lakeisha, but she seems like she has a good head on her shoulder. The premise of Jermisha's vision of this show, you guys, is that their family has a lot of land that the grandmother, Oscarine, wants to sell, and she wants to sell it, and it's going to make a profit because they bought the land originally for $70,000. It has now been appraised to over 800,000, and Oscarine, the grandmother, would like to go ahead and pay off all of the kids' mortgages, all of her children, not the grandchildren, the children's mortgages, all of her kids. So she wants to go ahead and do that, which is not a bad thing. But Jermisha's vision is to take that equity that she would get from that property and build homes because she said we could get about 50 doors on this property, which would bring in a whole lot more money. So I definitely see the vision. And if they can execute that, that would be phenomenal because that would bring in so much family wealth that I really think that they should do that. But they're all saying that whatever Granny wants to do is what Granny's going to do with the land. So how did you feel about Jermisha?
I didn't mind her. Um, she also seems to be the brains behind the whole operation.
Hmm.
Like if you had to pick one sole person, seems like it would be her. So I didn't mind her this far. I really don't have any like big negative to say. It seemed like she just loved all her family equally, honestly. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And like you said, with her situation with Lakeisha, I'm glad that her and her sister are embracing Lakeisha, not trying to make her feel so left out and be that sister cousin that she needs after losing her mother, which is once again very sad. I have lost a parent as well, you guys. It is not an easy thing. So the thing you want to lean on is family at the end of the day. So I definitely feel like with Jermisha, I can appreciate her and Jaquita opening up that bond with her and being there when she needs them. And speaking of Jaquita, this is Jermisha's sister. She's also someone who works at the firm as well. What I'm gonna tell you about Jaquita, she's my favorite so far. Jaquita don't care. She is fun. She is bubbly. You could tell she is the wild child of the bunch. I loved her immediately, especially when it came to the last scene with her and Nicole getting into it. She was saying how she was laughing at the wall thing, and Nicole was trying to have this moment where, oh, this is a serious moment. Like our relationship is not something to be joked with. It was like, but it's also a relationship you don't take serious either, Nicole. So what else is there to do? She wasn't laughing at her pain. She's laughing at the simple fact that you and your other sister are not embracing y'all sister. That's what's so funny. I didn't like that Nicole did that and walked away from the situation because to me it felt like you didn't want to be wrong in that situation. Now, I feel like that's Nicole's personality. Nicole doesn't want to be wrong in situations. She already gives me that vibe. And if that's how she's gonna act, I'm not gonna see it for Nicole, y'all. I'm not. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give her a chance. She got 5 episodes. And then in 5 episodes, if she proved me wrong, that's what it's gonna be. How did you feel about Laquita or Jaquita? All these Quitas and niches. Man.
We just need to do better with naming people. What the hell? Who named her that? I know her mom did, but like, come on, bro. It's ridiculous. Thank God they went into real estate because had they tried to go into corporate America, yes, it's possible. But unfortunately,
I feel like she was in corporate America. Wasn't she the pharmacist?
she was. She
Yes.
absolutely was. But
Hmm.
that's pharmacists can work. I'm talking about like really like in the office, not dealing with the public at all. I don't know. She was cool though. She was my favorite out of everybody. Love,
Hmm.
love, love Jaquita. Just annoyed with her name, but other than that, she seemed chill. She seemed fun. Doesn't seem like she has too much drama. Honestly, Jaquita and Jermisha. I don't know what went on in their household, but they seem to be happy, okay, together, like just free minded. Then you got angry ass Nicole and Monet over there, mad for no reason.
Hmm. Absolutely. That's why I'm not diving into much in this episode. I know y'all are all over the place. Y'all, they didn't really talk about much other than the land and their dynamic of their relationships. So that's what we're going to do. Talk about the land and the dynamic of the relationships. The last person I did not want to leave out because I liked her too is good old Aunt Nikki here. So Aunt Nikki also works at the firm as well, and this is the lady who handles Granny's estate. So Jermisha is trying to get Aunt Nikki to come on board to convince Granny to have them build those properties on the land. And I feel like Aunt Nikki should definitely convince her mom to do that because it's a beautiful thing to want to pay off your children's mortgages and stuff. That's a beautiful thing too. I'm not disputing that, but to have generational wealth be established in that form and that these ladies are able to do it, that's to me more significant than paying off mortgages. I don't know. How do you feel about their vision of what they want to do, Mrs. Best?
I mean, it's a nice vision, but when it comes to the land, there's a reason that you don't want to sell it. There's a reason in terms of pay and upkeep and all that. And if you guys look at the full family tree, um, these people have kids of their own. A lot of their
Mhm.
kids look younger. So how are you going to have the time to commit to something like that to make it happen with all these small kids, in addition to running a real estate brokerage, in addition to whatever else she has going on? But I'm just glad to see Black people with land and thriving, making thy ancestors proud. So whatever they
Absolutely.
do with it, I'm just glad they're discussing it and trying to figure it out as family. I like it.
Absolutely. I like it as well. I love the concept. I love the personalities, at least a few of them, not all of them. But and I do like the dynamics. I love, and as I said, not just so much the vision, but just overall the family tree. Black people doing it in life. We don't really have too many shows without drama taking over it of baby mamas and affairs and this. Like, I'm glad that they have all of that, but that's not the premise of the whole show. And I'm praying, Carlos, please hear me and hear me good. Do not fuck up this show with this drama that you see from Frank Jr. over there and his descendant of kids. Please do not fuck this show up with that because I'm going to get disappointed. I want to see them do something with this land. I want to see them come together. I want to see Lakeisha and Nicola Monet over there build this bond of sisterhood because they need to. Whatever that mama feeling, let her feel it because she chose to stay with him after he did the shit. So I don't want to. I just don't want to see that dynamic.
That's the
Okay.
most important thing you said. Shame on you, Joy, because we know these kids feel a way towards their sister because of you. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care what the circumstance was, it's not okay. And it's going to come out. Shame on anybody who's faulting an innocent child for something that's not their fault. So especially such as being born. It makes zero sense. And like James said, if your mama chose to stay, what y'all mad about?
And the thing about it is, y'all know this young lady does not have her mother anymore. And this is a moment to where y'all, even if you feel some kind of way about how it happened, this is a way for y'all now to embrace her, support her, and really rally against her because those tears are hard tears to cry. I'm just saying that out loud. Those tears are hard tears to cry. So this is not the moment where y'all keep her at a distance because of how it made your mama cry. I don't care about that right now. So I'm just gonna say it is like this. Carlos, I hope this show, please don't make me get mad at these two beautiful women down at the bottom there over this sister situation because I feel like I am and I'm going to hate it. I'm going to hate this. But that was it, y'all. That was all of the show. So we introduced you to the characters. You now have names. You now have what they look like. You have the premise of what the show was going to be about. You have dynamics. That was pretty much the entire show, y'all. It wasn't really much of anything, but I'm glad that I gotta do better with my slideshows, y'all. I know. But that was all that was it, y'all. There was not much to this show. It seems like it's gonna be a great season. So far, Jaquita is my favorite. I love Lakeisha as well. I think I'm going to like her continuing forward. The jury's still out on Nicole and Monet. I don't know how I'm going to feel about them. And as far as Jermisha, I really like her standing up and taking charge of being the oldest. I am the oldest as well on both sides. So I love that dynamic and I want to be this boss like this too. So good show. Good job. I love it. Mrs. Best, is there anything you want to add before we take off?
No, I think the show will do well.
I agree. I think the shows do well. Y'all don't let this break up y'all family either. Reality TV does that. Don't let this break up y'all family. Y'all still stand strong and proud. That's all we're gonna say. But thank you guys so much for being here. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me who your favorite is. Good night, Zeta. Thank you for being here. Love, we appreciate you. Tell me who your favorite of the show was. Tell me who you may not like. Tell me how you feel about this sister dynamic. I want to hear it all, you guys. Tell me how you feel in the comments. I do read them. I do respond. And I thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys on the next recap. We'll do this show on Tuesdays or Monday going forward. Thank you so much, you guys. Bye-bye.